There we go. Not sure how long that was muted for, but yeah, just gonna take it easy today. I was working on this all through the week, getting things sorted out, and it works now. These are displaced for a different reason. That's a non-issue. Well, it's not something I'm gonna do now. I'm at a point where I can power through this document and get it done tonight or tomorrow. I don't need to stream that anymore. So I think what I'm going to do instead is something else. I don't know what else yet. I have an idea. So let me actually just kill some of these processes and get these files all closed and all that stuff. Oh, let's also go just push this to get just to there we go. All right, so let's kill that, kill that, kill that. Just killing all the buffers. Nothing but a scratch buffer left. Huh. That did execute, right? Oh yeah, it does. Okay, so yeah, so this is, I'm just killing time here. Okay, so I have this project. It's kind of just I've shown it before, a little fan website for a YouTube channel that I like, and oop, that's not at all what I meant to do. Oh. Right, so this is, I threw together this sort of scratch thing here. I have a pipeline that generates this website from just URLs to timestamps and videos where the artists have drawn these things here. So, but I want to, maybe I could just work on this to fix some glitches, right? Like, for example, these two cards here don't have, their titles didn't generate, and this one too. There's also render glitches on this SVG. This has some missing components to it. This is a mess. So this, yeah, this fan page. Also, maybe the cards don't kind of look, they kind of look a little cheesy. So, you know, maybe I can mess around with styles and the pipeline and get this sorted out in a nicer way. So that sounds like a fun thing to try and tackle. Oop, that's not the right thing to do. I also one file changed. Huh, okay. I think I changed something in the README actually, which may as well change here. Okay, so one of the reasons I want to get this project actually done is because I think I want to make like a proper video to put on my YouTube channel about making this little project. I think that would be kind of neat actually. It might be fun to do. Might be worthwhile. The other thing is I could maybe come up with cooler animations for these things, like, I don't know, morphing or something like that between these. Little things for me to consider. Anyway. Do I not have the README in here? I guess not. Okay, well that's fine. Let me go. Let's have a look at what's all in here. I forget how I set this all up. Oh, this. Oh, that's right. This is now old as well. And this. Let me double check that. This whole section, I do believe I split out into its own project, which is right here. Yeah. Pardon me. Yeah. So, in fact, there's kind of a few things in this library that maybe I don't want to. I'll forget about that. I can kill that. This here. Huh. Oh, these are all, I grabbed these from the, okay, I see. Okay, so what's going on? What am I actually trying to do? Basically, this YouTube channel, Drawfee, has awesome streams and stuff, and they draw things. This program takes a video URL that looks like this, and turns it into HTML component, which looks like, in this case, one of these here, which is actually, if I inspect this element, it's actually an SVG element oops. It's an SVG element with path data. That's the whole thing about it. The color of everything, like stroke, hot pink, fill, blue, fill, pink. Right, see there, I can change it because it's just an SVG. It is not a PNG. It's a little more advanced than that. And that's true of every one of these. That's why some of these weirder ones, like this is a graphical glitch and all that kind of stuff. So that's the transformation. It takes basically draw feed drawing URL. It creates various file rights. Yeah. Well, whatever. Draw feed drawing URL. Image and link on fan page. There. That's, why am I writing it down here? I'll put it in the flow here. This project takes a YouTube URL with a timestamp and produces HTML code to display elements from the video on a fan page. It is specifically designed to take designed to build a fan site for the Drawfee channel. The mug illustrations common at the beginning of their stream VODs and some older videos are the drawings of interest. Basically, the transformation this program performs is this. Yeah, so there's the design. External dependencies. This program assumes that actually, let me think. Here, vtracer, yeah, if I go, what's the correct, if I do cd copy vtracer to user local bin, I think, right, if I now run vtracer version, okay, and if I do if I move vtracer to temp vtracer version, Okay, good. This program requires 2 additional installations. vtracer, which GitHub vtracer. Put the link here. Yeah. Ooh. And the other one is image magic version. Oh, is it just magic? I can't remember. Yeah. Actually, that's not even true. Where is it? I don't recall. Let's see here. Requires a few installations. vtracer for sure. FFmpeg for sure. Which I don't think I need to link. And I can't remember what else. Oh yeah, YouTube DL, which I can't remember if that's actually back on GitHub now or not. Oh boy. YouTube DL, GitHub. I think this is so I'm not sure what the most recent work on this actually is. Okay, so it's an unlicensed license. Right, this was taken down, I think. You know what? I'm just not going to put a link to it. That'll be fine, because YouTube DL does still work, so that's okay. So maybe I should also reorder the order that these are used. This is also not what I'm using anymore. Right, so utility functions, I should say. Here I would call YouTube DL to get video data. Here I use FFmpeg and image SVG old, which, while I'm thinking about this, let me what am I doing? Oh yeah, MIT license, that works in this case. Actually, I don't want to do that. I'm also gonna move potrace to user local bin. I'm not using potrace, but it's very useful for tracing. vTracer and PoTrace both they serve the same purpose. They have different algorithms, but they trace bitmap images and convert them into vectors, so PNG to SVG kind of stuff. Pretty powerful, pretty useful. Okay, so this index.html is the final, the output that will be the fan page. Output is a temporary folder basically, and it's used because the workflow I've got here is a little bit messy because it does a few different downloads and saves kind of in tandem, so it's not the smoothest workflow, but that's something I might fix up a little bit here. So if I mugshot. Okay, the only program is main, which is fine. Okay, so that is the structure of the program. It's not a Clojure script program, it just runs in Clojure. The whole idea is you run it once and it generates the site. What I might consider doing is setting up a sort of caching approach, so that I don't constantly have to request new images from the site, if that makes any sense. Okay. Okay, here's the site. Let me try to run the program once. So I backed that up just in case, but let's see if I can just run this. It's saved. Oh, I also, before I do that, right, so git status. There we go. So we're at a state where theoretically it works okay. So I can go back to this point if I screw things up too much. Yeah, that should be good. Copy index to some backup index, just so I have this as a basis anyway, because I think if I run this it might not work, at least not produce exactly the same output. I'll have to see. Okay, let's go in here and load file. Hopefully there's no glitches. Ooh. Unable to resolve symbol URL to SVG. That's not great. That's weird. It's here. Oh, you know what? It's probably problem with. It's probably this. If I fix it, if I do this. I bet that'll fix that. It's not a solution, but Huh, okay, that didn't work the way I thought it would. Oh. Okay. Well, let's not worry about it that way then. So okay, let's actually then just do this. Oh, okay, so it's loaded, and I forgot. It's actually running right now. So test URLs, probably can get rid of this. But it's actually, I believe it's actually running something now. It's running this, I do believe. Oh wait, no. Where is it running things? Oh, here? These don't work. That doesn't work. Okay, I think what I did was make a mistake here. I think it's running, yeah, so it's doing this. It's running this cache, which was an idea I had. It's not set up properly. So what's happening right now is it's going through a list of about 20 URLs and pulling the data for each one. That's why this is not loading or not appearing to load appropriately, because it's actually running this for loop right here. Yeah, for all of the URLs, try to convert the URL into the card, which is this output here. And this here gets data by calling a YouTube download thing to get data from the site, from the URL provided. It runs that data through, well, so it actually makes, this is another design flaw in the first pass at this. It gets data from the site here, and then it gets data again from the exact same URL here to produce the drawing. And it's attempting to do that for every single site. And okay, so there we go. It actually ran, right? So let's see now if that actually produced some new output. I don't think it did. It didn't. I didn't save that to an output. So, but if I run, if I load the namespace and have a look at mug cache, it didn't work at all. It's complete nils, which is fine. Those parts don't even work then. That's fine. It's good to know. What I actually should do is finish up this pipeline for a single URL and get that working. Maybe spec it or test it and kind of figure things out from there. Okay, so let's see what demo I've got here. See if this will work. Oh, I didn't run it on anything, of course. Oh, these demos are different things again. Right, so let me see. Let's try to get these test URLs. I also don't think I need that anymore. Although this color one, yeah, let's do it like that. Demos. URLs. Okay. Here I'll define a new list. There. Okay, that's a start. So the color one has to run a slightly different path. Now, ideally I make a single path for everything. It doesn't make a difference. I don't want to, I'm not going to overburden myself with that. I'm only going to focus on the black and white things, and then have a little thing where I could manually have the colored flag or something like that. That's probably a smart approach. Excuse me. So what's going on here? I've just got a bunch of different dependencies, including some of my own different libraries here, including the SVG library I've been working on, the Forge library for different transformations, and stylo. Shape and mu is the style sheet, just to make it look kind of nice. Could maybe reduce the dependencies a little bit if I think about it cleverly, but I'm not going to worry about that for now. It's not a big deal. And that's the idea. So if I do seconds to timestamp, for example, if I give it a number of seconds, like 213, it produces a string that is the timestamp, which is nice. The reason for that is the URL has this t equals and then some number. That number is the number of seconds into a video. So even if it's a really long YouTube video, it's always in seconds. It's not in any timestamp form. So this is just a helper to get it into a nice simple timestamp form. And then clean name is a manually figured thing that just I just naively picked special symbols and filtered them out. There's probably a single smart regex approach that you could use here, but I just wrote it out like this because it was easy and the first thing I thought of. Maybe not the best. Here, actually, I should make this delete with an exclamation point, probably, because it deletes the file name using a shell call and the remove function. So, for example, if I touch asdf.txt, list it, it shows up here. Now if I run delete asdf.txt, exit 0 means success. There's no output or error messages. If I list this, ASDF is gone. So it's a dangerous IO operation function, but it works fine. Since I changed the name to have an exclamation, I should just be sure to change that elsewhere as well. The sun is really bright in my eyes, even with my shades, with the curtains drawn. Oh well. So I do have to get this actually working again, so I'm gonna look at those demos in a minute and see if I can get that sorted. So here, given the canonical, I don't know what you call it, but like the true URL to the video source, you can pass that into FFmpeg and it can pull a frame and save it as whatever file name you give it. So in this case, I'll have it set up that it'll save as PNGs. Here, I'm going to delete image old because I used potrace first to turn PNGs into SVGs, but then I discovered a more powerful approach for what I was trying to do, vtracer, to achieve the same result, and it has a color mode which potrace does not. So that made some things a little easier there. So here, for example, I have delete fname and whatnot. So the idea here, this function runs a shell command which does an operation. It reads the file name you gave it in, it runs vtracer on it, and vtracer will in the background produce an output file, an SVG. Then in Clojure you call delete with the original file name, so it deletes the PNG that you passed in as a name, and then it returns the name of the new file produced. So then the idea is you can chain the next call, which is like a slurp SVG, basically. That's the whole idea. But I'm starting to wonder if deleting the file is not good, because it makes more sense to run the fetch of the actual image and all the data only one time, so that you can, because it theoretically never changes, so you only need to grab it once and then save it into some kind of form that you can then process locally, instead of pulling it from YouTube, doing some transformations, deleting all of that, and running it through the rest of the pipeline and just hoping it makes it all the way to the end. Because if it fails at any point, you have to go from the start again, and you have to make another call from, you have to pull from the remote location again. So not exactly correct. I also should do this because these are things that have side effects. So those all need, or I want to change all of that. I also, how did I do this? Oh yeah, this is also, I think, an old thing here, but I'm gonna leave it for now. Actually, no, I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay, so I need to make a little note, oops, about this. So URL data, there are two different meanings to URL in this program. The first is the user supplied URL. This is what you get when you copy a URL using the YouTube interface. The second is the canonical URL, which YouTube DL fetches for you. The first URL how do I say this? It is the second URL that must be passed into FFmpeg in order to download the contents. Right, so how do I make that clear? So yeah, okay, that's good enough for now anyway. All right. So parse URL. Let's just say this. Anytime URL is used that refers to the user supplied URL. Video URL, it refers to the canonical URL. I don't know if canonical URL is like a smart way to talk about it. I'm not sure. So that maybe I could change it if I have a better name, but I'm not sure. So, oh well. I am like actually streaming, right? Maybe I should kind of check that for a second. It's been a quiet week is just the thought going through my mind here. Not that that's a problem, just that it's strange in comparison to other days, you know? Let's see here. I'm not seeing... Let's just do this. Yeah, I am streaming. That's me. Okay, I'm being silly. I am being silly. Okay, so that's fine. Image stuff is important now. So here, video URL, right? Time and file name. Image to SVG. Following the image into blah 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 convention, I really should kind of change the names of all this stuff, actually. I also realize I have this function screenshot, which I don't think I use. Gotta clean it, but not a big deal. Okay, here, this is a bunch of utility stuff to get the SVG string that's ultimately produced from the pipeline and convert it into Hiccup data, which I can manipulate with different transformations from other libraries. That's the idea of all of this. Hickory is the tool that produces from a string of XML style markup, it parses it into Hiccup stuff. So I could give an example. If I do Hickory slash as Hiccup, let me write this a little smoother here. If I make a tag p hi, it's HTML. Yeah, and Hickory slash parse Hickory slash as Hiccup. It produces this whole thing here, which if I do then, since it's structured a little more than I want it to, I could do drop one. Oh, that's not at all what I meant to do. Whatever. Point is, I have this here, get paths, to walk that tree and then pull out just the path tags from the SVG, and then I can work with the path data to actually produce lists of points and stuff like that. That's what all these things are. Add Z, drop Z stuff is a whole big mess that I should probably fix. And then this is another important function. Let me see if yeah, that should be okay. And path transforms. So these path transforms are used to remove garbage data from the outsides of the SVG to clean the image up and get, like, these SVG things, when they're taken from a PNG, there's all kinds of garbage stuff around the outsides of the frame because of what's on the screen from the original video. These things serve to filter out paths that don't meet some criteria. Basically, if there's a path that's in the middle, you can keep it. If it's around the edges, you don't keep it. And if it's below a certain bounding box size here, or if it's greater than a certain bounding box area size, then you just toss it as well, because it's likely to be some big background thing or something like that. So those are the two criteria I used, and it works reasonably well. Move and resize just shifts the whole drawing around the center point kind of thing. That's pretty straightforward. And resize just multiplies all of the points by a certain scaling value just to keep it easy to move around and scale. Pretty obvious. These are just lists of the links I've collected for these various images. Nothing crazy about that. And here is now some more of the pipeline work. And this is where I'm going to run things in a minute and just kind of see, I'm just going to kind of workshop the design of this pipeline, because there's probably improvements to be made. For one, probably what I should do is convert everything just to working with maps as the data structure, to make it a little easier to create a caching mechanism. Not sure if that makes sense. I'll have to see. Anyway. Why is this all the way down here? Well, anyway, let's see. I'll just get to running a bit of code, and that will quickly refresh my memory. These are also maybe not what I need. Okay, style string. Oh, that's right, I made a messy style string. And HTML to make the site here. Right, so if I actually were to run this, right, so here, excuse me, these caches don't work. Here, I can try to run one of these. That's what I'll do. I'll do URL to card of first of Drawfee extra mug URLs. Okay, so that should pull from the actual website. Ooh, it didn't work. Interesting. No such file or directory, huh? Uh-oh. Okay. I'm sure there's a bunch of things I missed and kind of broke, so I'll have to figure this out as I go. Let's try this once more. Okay, so it does, whoops. It does download an image, right? And if I open that, I believe it'll be this one. Yeah, so that's an actual, oh boy. Right, that's like just a proper, that's just a screenshot, right? So if I convert this to SVG, there will be all kinds of junk around the outside. I just want to get this in the middle here. That's basically it. But now, let me try to manually run image to SVG. Oh, right, I probably have to restart the REPL to get the changes loaded in. I'll get there in a second. Right, so this Interesting. I don't know why that's not working. Well, let me restart the session and just I'll be back in a second to deal with that. Okay. Let's see. I want to just have things work and figure it out. You know, that's what I want. Let's double check that I didn't leave in anything that'll run incorrectly here. Like that cache thing. Pretty sure I deleted that. Mug component. This cache and save cache and all that stuff I don't. Well, this I don't need for sure. Better idea. Comment it out, save it. Okay. And these are all functions, so they won't try to pull data right away anyway. Yeah, so that should be okay. Should be fine. Okay, so here I'll figure out the errors I created. Not a big deal, because I can fix them, hopefully. Load file, source, mugshot, main.clj. We shall see what goes wrong. Yeah, unable to resolve image to SVG, which makes total sense because what I've done is make it image to SVG exclamation point. I just need to find out where that's first showing up as an error. think that looks pretty nice actually too, the zoom in. It's just CSS transforms, but it looks fun. But I want to make this kind of cooler somehow. I don't know how yet though. Okay, CLJ 218. One downside to this approach of tangling into its own file makes it hard to know where, like what lines it's actually pointing at, if that makes any sense, because they're not, they don't correlate. This is the line that's in the source file, but all this code is not the source file, it's the source to the source file. So the line numbers will not match. But probably it's in stuff a little further down. Like right here. Here, for example. Right, mug cache. Oh, right, I forgot to change this. Save index. How do I want to do this? Well, I may as well just try to run. I'll do URL to card of first and I can, okay, that should work. There we go, everything's loaded now, and it theoretically will work. So if I run save index, right? Oh, I'm not in the right namespace, of course. Right, save index. So the output of this, if it succeeds, will be an update of this page to have only a single card in it. Boom. And we have a weird glitch, but we have a card. Well, that just looks super weird. Oh, I know what's going on. I know what happened. Something has changed. I think what will fix that. Okay. Right, so this component here does URL to SVG, SVG to mug points, resize, style element, put it into a drawing. Fill, slate gray. That's not anything. So here's what's happening. The changes I made to the path rotation approach causes it to relocate all of the paths to their own midpoints. So all the path data is correct. Well, so that's not true. It's not correct anymore. It no longer behaves the way I want it to, and that's obviously not good. Now I have to think about this because it's a big problem. Let me think about this for a second. At what point does it actually go wrong? That's my first thought I need to sort out here. Right here. This should be fine. Wait, now I've lost myself a little bit here. No, I do need that, but okay. Polygon 2D front. Let's see here. That's this. So it takes a list of points, drop Z, here. What does merge paths do again? Takes a list of paths and merges them. Wow. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely a problem with how I handle the path polygon. So I'm going to make a new function, path polygon 2. No, that's not exactly smart. Oh man, this is a bummer. That's okay though. I'll work with this. I'll just see. Elements. Okay, path polygon does this thing, which I'm realizing probably isn't what I want it to do. But I'm going to do it this way. So path polygon 2, and leave a little note. This version is probably the behavior I really want. Need to test that I can make it work correctly with rotate element path and rotate element G. translating to correct position after rotations, that sort of thing. Okay, so here path polygon 2, basically what I need to do is get rid of the X points situation here, and it's pretty straightforward. It's just map path polygon string onto this list of points that's provided, and then path wait one second, what did I just do here? Path is a function? I forget. Oh yeah, of course, svg slash path just takes a string argument and puts it into this here. So the real magic that's going on here is this string, path polygon string, for the points that are produced here. Right, so if I do that, save that, kill that, restart this, hopefully my mind's in the right place here and this will make sense. We'll find out soon enough. That's not what I meant to do. Oh, that is what I meant to do. What am I talking about? Okay, so all I want to do now is run oh, the history's gone. Where's save index? There we go. Just wait for that to build the site, and hopefully something cool or normal will come out of that. No, that didn't fix it, eh? Really? Oh no. Well, now I'm a little concerned. Okay. Okay, let's have a look here. Surely it's not this. Oh, maybe I'm not loading the right file? No, I am. Okay, so it's not that, obviously. That's not surprising at all. Oh, wait a second. I didn't back up a little bit here. Let's also do second. Gotta run it again. Ooh, that didn't work at all. Okay, so that's not it. Let's double check that that makes sense. Let's at least get something. There we go. Yeah. So it's related to, what is it related to? Oh, whoops. Okay, so that's the SVG string that comes before this. So if I actually save this, if I actually do SVG, save it as index.html just to cheat the system a little bit here. And then the content is URL to SVG of, it doesn't matter, well let's just do second, of Graphy extra URLs. Give it a minute. So this is not a proper HTML page, it's just the SVG, but if I refresh this, oh, oops. Here, if I remove index.html, move index.html.svg to index.html. Bad convention of mine there. Right, so this is the original thing. So it's pulling the data just fine here. Then I'm sure this part is where things start to mess up. So let's do myself one little favor here, and instead of this, I want to do def A as that bit of data so that I don't have to keep pulling it. Okay, so if I do SVG to mug points of A, that's a list of points. That all looks fine for right now. Or does it? That I don't know actually. This might be where things are going wrong. So the reason I'm thinking that is because all of these point values are pretty small. So it looks like I'm accidentally centering every single list of points around its own midpoint, which is not what I need to do. So this here is the culprit, or the next thing to look closely at. SVG to mug points. Right here. Okay, so SVG to paths. Let's have a look at that. Okay, that's fine. Well, let's see. Is it the move to origin thing that's a problem? So the move to origin is probably what makes things look like they're centered. So maybe that's not a problem. Maybe this isn't a problem. Although let me check this here, the into points function. Get numbers, filter, add Z. No, I think that's fine too. It doesn't do anything strange. Okay. It's got to be something in here. Mug points to polygon 2D front. Okay. Points. Drop z's, fine. Path polygon 2. Well, I could do this. SVG path. And go here. And put a little temporary in here. Right, SVG slash path polygon string, and then run SVG slash path with that calculated thing. Save it, and try to run this thing again. Let's see if we can get it working. It should be fine. There it is. Okay, so that is what was going on. Right, see, there we go. That's all right, so things aren't so bad. It's strange to me that, well, I don't know, maybe it just didn't load the source change or something. I'm not sure. Let's run it just for a sanity check. I'll run it again, trying to pull the code from the stylo library. If this messes up, okay, we're kind of good. So that's, maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Okay, great. So now what? Now what? No, you know, I really yeah, I do need that like that. Okay, so here now what's the right thing to do? I have one. I'm gonna try one thing to see if I can make this all in one shot once, and if that just has all kinds of goofy errors, I'm going to just move on from that. So what do I want to do? So here, try URL to card is just this URL, try URL to card, catch exception E, nil. Extremely lazy, but what I do then is this here, let URLs be this. Oops, come on, what's going on here? Okay, let URLs be the list of URLs that I care about right now, and URLs is piped into pmap try URL to card. I have no idea if this is smart or really silly, but I kind of want to see what happens. That's the whole thing here. Pmap is like baby's first parallelization. It's not like the clever, it's not really the reliable way to do it at all, parallelization, but I want to see if this will work or what will happen when I run it. So the only downside here, it does block my REPL, so not perfect, but this makes me think of something I can load up here, Forge, and try to think about what parts. There are functions in here that I want to put in checks for 2D or 3D. Oh, that worked pretty quickly actually. Let's see if this actually loaded anything. Ooh. Hey, that was actually pretty good. Huh, wow. It worked a little better than I expected, honestly. Okay, so I have, it looks like no glitches with any of the URL, like with any of the titles, which is a big, nice win. I just have render glitches with stuff like this, which is fine. That's something I can work with. So what should I do to fix that up? Oh, I also think probably because I do pmap, I kind of wonder if the order of these, oh no, it looks consistent. At a quick glance, it looks consistent with what I had before. I also see there's a few things, there's things that I can do to improve the drawings taken. Like this, here, there's a bit of artifact from some of the other stuff that was on the screen. It's kind of missing some stuff here. So there's a few little things I can do maybe to fix it up. I don't know yet. I have to think about it. This is obviously broken. Well, since that was so quick, I kind of like the idea of just experimenting up front and figuring it out. So there were other, let's actually see if I could spin up the other experiments for a moment here. Okay, this can be deleted now. go ahead and get rid of this. Slate gray I kind of like, but it's not really the vibe I'm going for. So let's go to my good old favorite Nord theme and have a look at some of the dark colors for, yeah, this here is a good color. Nope, not at all what I meant to do. Got the hash, there's that, that's good. Okay. All right, so what's happening in this one? I don't remember. So, oh, right, this one I think is very simple. And what I've got going is oh yeah, I have it set up to not delete the SVGs here either, which is interesting. So actually, that's good actually. I can use that to figure these out. Right, like this here, I could just pull in this SVG without going to the source, saving it as a variable name. In fact, animal party mug is let's do this here. Just make a new demo thing here. Refining the filters, def animal party mug SVG is slurp output slash drawing a fancy animal party.svg. Okay, so if I do that, animal party, okay, there's the whole SVG. That should be including the, like, it's unfiltered entirely, so that should be even like the output or the border stuff. Yeah, it is. Right, so that's what I want it to look like. That's not what it actually looks like. And part of the issue is probably related to this here, right? Here's what I think is happening with this particular one. The trace of this whole thing is one massive connected path which meets the criteria for the particular, if I look at filter large, this bounding box area for this shape is the whole screen. So it's definitely large, but because it shares this edge here, right? Like they're actually connected, it ends up removing an entire useful edge, and so everything else kind of incorrectly inverts on that drawing like this. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but it's missing the outer stroke. Like there should be one more path around this that go to like the shoulder pieces. So the lazy fix is maybe to find a spot in the video that doesn't have them connected yet, like this. So let's do that. Copy URL at current time. Okay, so then that's a lazy fix, but it seems appropriate. I'm kind of pinning around a little bit, right? I don't have a specific goal in mind today, so let my mind wander a little bit. This here, 10 seconds earlier, that's all I need. Save it, do it. What did I just do? That was strange, but okay. Right. So this one might have been easy to fix. Okay, let's save this. And then we will soon, I promise, get to the other demos, because those have kind of fun animations built in. Oh boy. I really hope that this save index approach doesn't like mess up now, or like I hope it's consistent, I guess is what I mean. Okay, that's fixed. That's nice. Cool. Oh, see here? That's what I mean, like it missed. Oh, now I can't go back to see if it fixed it. A little strange, but okay, I'll fix that as I go. I'll figure it out anyway, I guess. Well, okay, now to this demo. Okay, Drophy demo. And I'll use URL nth from Drophy extra mug URLs 5. And that'll save to output asdf.org, or I don't know what I'm talking about, asdf.svg. Oh, weird. Right, so what's happening here, it's animating between a working view and a wrong view. Okay, so that relates to, okay, these two here they're calling different functions. So the path transforms, no, these ones here. So front, right, is using the local path polygon call. Looks so weird. That's funny. And back is using some different one. Here, I need to do this. What? That's not. That's weird. Oh. No, okay, that should be good now. So now if I run the demo, should hopefully, there we go. So now it looks like it's, well, it either looks like it's squashing to a line and then stretching out, or it looks like it's rotating. Whatever illusion your brain kind of picks out is what's happening there. Okay, so that's kind of cool. That's the first one. If I do ISO, what? Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, okay, now let's have a look at the next demo. Right? Morph animation, there's demo 2. This one, I think, is more complicated. Takes 3 SVGs, so nth. Now let's do this. Take 3, drop 3 of dropy extra URLs. Okay. Apply. Okay. It did nothing. Oh, right, because they're SVGs, not URLs, so that's not going to work. Well, okay, so let's do it this way instead. ABC. Drawing a fancy animal party. Anarchy Night in the Ladies' Jurisdiction. I love it. I love Dropy. And one more random ones. Deeply Apologies. Wait, I'm not sure that all of those are going to look good. That doesn't matter all that much. We'll do the Cringe-tober one. It looks cute. They're all kind of cute. Cringe-tober. Okay. All right, there we go. So now, I don't know why I didn't just retype it. It would have been faster, I think. SVG-A, SVG-B, SVG-C. Now it should produce something. It does, but it's off screen. It's morphing. It is working. That's nice. Okay, that means I have to... Where am I at here? Oh yeah, probably this SVG/G. Translate 500, 500. Let's see if that's enough. I don't know. Hopefully. Why is it not working now? What did I just do? Huh, strange. Okay. Well, let's try to do it the other way around then. Okay, so going back to this, it should work. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Okay, so it does do animation like that. Let's try. To translate it all properly. Oh, yeah, so this, I have to do something really kind of weird to get it to work the way I want. Transform, translate, 500, 500. This should work. Yeah. So it doesn't look as cool as I want. Also, it is upside down. That's obviously an issue. Let me think about this a little bit. I wonder if there's like a cool way I could make a different All right, that's pretty cool, in my opinion, that they morph into each other like that. I think it's neat. But I'm trying to think of maybe simpler and actually cooler looking animations. So one thing that just does come to mind is to do something a little bit different. I don't want to morph animate like this. Maybe what I want to do is something a little different still, and that is, why is this called URL demo? Morph animation demo. That's fine. This one is very plain, right? Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, good enough. And here, I can make another demo, and this could be isometric card demo, where I use some different animations. And I'm going to start with this as a simpler base. And produce what I hope to be a cool, oh shoot, there we go. There. Okay, so I get the points from the URL. It does all this different stuff. Mug 1 can still be the front. Mug 2 is Polygon 2D ISO. Let's see if I change nothing else. Actually, let me change this to another maybe nice color. Let's do none of those are going to show up the way I want. Yeah, this is fine. The same color I used elsewhere. No, this, save, evaluate. Isometric card demo from first of Drawfee extra mug URLs. Boom. Let's build it. See if it works. It does. The animation doesn't look great, but that is an isometric transformation, which I'm pretty happy with. All right, next thing to do is make these transformations not upside down, because that's obviously not helpful. Okay, in order to do that, trying to just organize things a little bit here. Oop. Yeah, these demos are the only spot where I use that. Although, might make sense to put it up in the up here, but okay, that's fine for now. keep mug URLs. No, that doesn't make sense. It makes more sense actually to do this. Nope, wrong thing. How do I do that again? Okay, mug output. The URLs are there. Basic paths. Doesn't make sense to call it that, really. Whatever, I'll get there in a minute. These transformations. Okay. So that's just a little blurb about this, no big deal. Right, so here I gotta figure out where it's happening, but the points are being basically flipped around. I don't know why. Well, let me, if I go to, yeah, they're upright here. So what did I do differently? I think it's this. If I put it in a component, in a drawing 2 component, I think it inverts the I think SVG's default behavior is x0, y0 is at the top left corner right here. So positive y goes this way. But if I wrap it in a drawing 2D from the SVG library, that's where it takes care of flipping. I think that's what's going on. So let me check that assumption for a minute. Oh, that's not quite right. I thought that would fix that, but was clearly mistaken. Well, okay then. Well, okay. I wonder if this will work. Let's find out. I mean, it does work, but it's not. It doesn't answer my question, or I don't know why it's acting that way. Whatever. Okay, so this isometric card. Okay, so I'll leave this animation as is, but instead of rendering an animation, let me just render mug2. And mess around with that as sort of the thought is maybe I could make a cool looking card that you can kind of animate. You could have a stack of cards all with their own face on it, and you could pull your mouse over it and it'll like move it up or something like that. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but it could be kind of neat as a thing. I forget how resize works. Does it make it bigger or smaller? Smaller. Okay, that's good. Oh, I really should also make this work as an SVG. Work on an SVG. Skipping this step here. So, to do that, then I do slurp. There, so now it's not calling from YouTube all the time. I have the SVG saved in here, so I don't need to pull the whole thing, calculate everything again. What's done is done. One is done. Okay. Rook-a-doke. So actually, quick thought. Maybe I could do some of this with CSS stuff. Yeah, kind of like that. Oh man, what a pain. Okay, this looks like the transform that might do what I want. So the lazy thought I have is actually to not translate the points of the SVG, but instead to just do it CSS style. The problem is I don't like CSS, I'm not good at it. But let's give it a shot. No, I need to go to here. No idea if this will work. Come on, I forgot to. Well, let's see what happens. No, not at all what I meant to do. Let's go for the gold. So this is still something I can work with just on my own for sure. This is all with my own libraries, so anything that works or doesn't work is all my own doing. But this one, oh, I didn't run it. Of course, like the chump that I am sometimes. Save index. Waiting patiently. So let's see what happens when I refresh the page. Oh man, they actually, wow, that actually kind of worked. And see, so this is, there is inconsistency here. Man, that's actually, that looks pretty cool. I'm tempted to just kind of have this be the way I do it. I wonder if this is a good idea. Like that looks fairly sleek. Except that's a problem. You get Z fighting there. What was I saying? See this? Like, this one didn't have the title last time. I don't know why it does this time and it didn't last time. That's a little weird to me. But that looks, I mean, as a first pass, it's pretty cool. It's like, I don't know, maybe keep messing around with it. It's not bad though. You know what I'm gonna do actually? I am gonna push this change. Dot get ignore. Let me check that it is not pulling the output in. It is. That's not good. Does that mean I accidentally... Let's see here. Yeah, okay, I don't have the output folder is good. Okay, this makes sense. Modified all of those. Git add all, git status. Good. Git commit. Cleaning up code more. Working on styles. Git push. It's 11 seconds ago. This probably isn't updated yet. Yeah, it's still old, but that should update in a bit. Right? I did create a new one, right? I gotta give it a minute. I'm being a little impatient. There it is. Yeah. How can I change the hover? Oh, whoa, that looks cool. That's neat. I wonder if, like, okay, so this one, right? If I put Z index 0 and then dot card by default Z index -10. Yeah, so I don't know if this is what I want, but it's an idea. Right, so okay, well at least I pushed some changes to the GitHub site, so it's public, which is kind of cool, and it has, I do believe, the most up-to-date things from their extras page, so that's nice. It's definitely too big. Oh, I don't even know what it looks like on like mobile or whatnot. Let's have a quick peek. I do want to be clear, none of the art here is mine, right? Like these are all screenshots. The art is just the program itself that extracts all of it, which I think is pretty cool, but did not draw these myself. I mean, it works kind of on mobile, but it's not exactly user-friendly yet, and it also is too easy to click the links. I should make the links not the images themselves, but say a little I wonder if I could do something like I don't know if this will work. Z indexing. The other thing is, also actually two things. Well, so I don't like the placement of the cards at the moment in this grid shape with the flex box. Like if I want to have them as cards like that, this is weird looking. But just as a starting thing, it's probably fine. So the card design here, the title can be that's fine. I don't want this drawing to be like that actually. I want the URL to be here and the drawing to be its own thing here. That makes the most sense to me, and the URL will be yeah, that's good enough for now. And here, I don't know if this will work. .card a display none. But here, how do I do that? I wonder, can I do this? .card, I have no idea what the proper approach is. .card hover a display, what's the normal display? Auto? Block? Display visible? Let's do this. inspect element, display none, display block. Okay. I don't know if this will actually do what I think it will. So let's find out. Okay, save that. Build it. Also rebuild this. And save index and run it. See if we get a nice difference or not. I don't know, but I'll wait and see. So very subjectively, having used pmap for the save index approach here, it does actually feel a little bit faster than when I was running this before. Still obviously not perfect, but it feels faster. Like I said, subjectively speaking. That is not the... Ooh, well, not... Oh, okay, so it's working, except I guess it didn't take in the style change. What did I do? I thought I handled this. Oh, right, I didn't end up... I don't think I redefined this, did I? Maybe I forgot that. I shouldn't have to redefine all of these though, that's not really the problem. But the idea is kind of working. So the reason they're not visible until you mouse over it. Oh, the other thing is it does look like the z-index thing worked. Man, so that actually is better than I thought it would. That worked better than I thought. But these, since these are the URLs in this case, the A tags, they are invisible, display none, and then display block when I mouse over. So now if I refresh this, yeah, there we go. Shoot, that's way cooler. Alright, so now what would be cool in terms of displaying the container? See, here's again an inconsistency. Not all of the video data is getting pulled down. Don't know why that is yet. The solution is definitely to combine the calls to the site to a single call, put it all into a single map, and then use that map in the rest of the transformation. So it only does a single call. It's the best approach. I also think it might make the most sense to I don't know, I have to think about that, but dang, this looks pretty good. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's mess around in here for a minute with this container thing here. flex flow. I don't know how to handle this the way I want. Shouldn't this also be max width? I think it should be. Yeah. Oh right, and then the cards themselves maybe. Let's have a look at the class card here and see if we can't margin left -20 pixels. Okay, that does something. See, that is kind of the effect I want. Although it looks a little silly. It does look like you're flipping through a deck of cards though, that was sort of what I was after. That doesn't look like anything anymore. That's cool, but not what I want. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we got margin left is that whole thing, and margin bottom is -200. Oops, pixels, please. Ooh, that's a little worse. Right, that's confusing. Huh. I don't know. I don't have any ideas right now. Just messing with this because I currently lack a little bit of inspiration. You know what I mean? This also, it goes off the edge. That's not good. I do really like the concept though. I think the concept has some legs to it, to be honest. Okay, so what are the changes I've made here? Oh, 1 second. I'm gonna turn on the lights and turn off my air conditioner. I don't know why that's on. I didn't even know I had that on. Well, okay. Let's see here. No, come on. What am I doing? The container should be padding left 175 pixels. Yeah. To shunt things back by the amount that they were moved away. It's a little hacky, but gets the result that I want. Kinda. Well, let's do that anyway. We'll put that in because it looks a little nicer than what I had before, in my opinion. Okay, so card. Margin left was negative 175 pixels. Margin bottom was negative 100. Let's see if I can up that a little bit closer. $125 makes sense to me. That's the card change. The Z-index thing worked nicely. Card A is working. And oh yeah, the container is max width. $900 looks a little nicer in my opinion. Should it be even less? Let's try 800. Sure. $800. And the padding left, yeah. Okay, let's try to commit that to the deal here. Okay. Let's refresh this. Run this one more time. I wonder, can you do can you download captions? Because that would be kind of a fun feature as well. Subtitle options. Huh. I wonder if that'll actually work. Okay, I'll have to try that out a little bit later. The idea there is maybe to have more than just the home page linking directly to the videos. You could also have, how does this look at 100% zoom here? Kind of cool. You could also have you could click the card and it would either put a little thing at the front at the top here. You could see the sketch and like get a caption or something like that from the subtitles of the video. I don't know. I do want to call this project done soon, so I have to come up with an idea and just stick with it as sufficiently cool, you know. There's a few knickknacks yet to do on this site. Ooh, that was not cool. Okay. Let's push that change. Oop. What did I just do? There we go. Okay. I'm going to push this change. Slightly cooler looking page. Git push. It looks too like it actually got all the titles this time, which is nice. Okay, that's pretty good. So now let me, this is still, there's still promise here. Oh yeah, okay, I have one more idea in mind here. And that is isometric extruded. Okay. This is going to look different, but I think will be really cool. And that is you get the points, and then instead of doing these transformations, you don't animate it either, not for the time being anyway. You actually will do, the mug is the points going to mug points to shape. Right, that takes a list of points, and then you get a shape. Good. This SVG rotate is not needed. And now I just do, so now it's a shape. And you do f/extrude 30. I think that'll work. And then, yeah, shape/render curves. Shape, transform, and color. shape slash isometric transform. Yeah, I just forget the syntax of this. Shape slash render curves, right? It takes the shape, then the transform, and the color. Shoot, the syntax is reversed from what I want, but for now that's okay. Shape slash render curves. The shape, the transform, and then the color. Isometric XF is the transform, right? I don't know if it'll work. I have to see here. I don't remember if I have to pass it like this, or I think this is fine. And then the color, let's do the same. Oop, not what I meant, not what I meant, come on. Okay. Don't know if this is going to work. Oh. Well, I've just messed this up. Okay, so I can actually do this. Let's try that. See if it works. Almost. It's not bad. It looks really weird, but okay, let's go with it for now. Let's only extrude 2 instead. How about that? Yeah, okay, so it's working. I need to rotate it though. Let's do F/rotate. And I need to rotate it about the, I forget if Y up, no, it's Z up in this case. So 0, 0, 180. Let's try that. There we go. That's a little hard to read though. It doesn't really feel like proper shape, but it's pretty, I kind of like that a lot. I think it's really cool. Right? Because it is now a 3D object, basically. It's kind of fun. A little strange looking, but pretty neat. Not sure what I could do with that, to be honest, but so be it. Also, now I want to see if this will do anything. Okay, so that has produced an error. Here, let me see what mug actually outputs. Wow. This is so crazy. Jeez. All right, so yeah, truncated, thanks. That is not what I meant to do with that, but that's okay. Right, so it's rendering a ton of polylines. I can't remember if it's popping it into a group element or not. Let's find out, maybe, hopefully. I mean, there's probably a faster way to find this out, but I'm committed to doing it this way now. This really weird way. Come on, I've got to be at the top soon, right? Shoot, this is a big file. Part of it is I could make it a lot smaller if I truncate all the decimals, which I should do, to a smaller precision. Probably in the rotate functions. But for now, I'm not going to worry about it. Wow, holy crap, it's huge. I can't, it doesn't even feel like I'm scrolling the right direction anymore, you know? I take it for granted how big this file is, holy doodle. Okay, well this is, I feel really silly keeping this up now, to be honest. What am I even trying to find out? I could just find out instead, you know what, this is silly. There, it's gone. What I want to do here is try to build this SVG again. But instead of trying to style the mug directly, I want to style the mug wrapped in a group tag. And I want to actually, shoot, I have to do this first. There. Let's see if that'll work. It didn't work. Okay. So, probably oh, I changed the wrong thing. These are all polylines, they won't have a fill, as it turns out. What? Okay, so I would have to do this here. Now if I run that, that should, I think, allow me to apply, yeah, okay, there we go. So that's a good idea for me to change, I think, because it's not very intuitive. Can also rotate it arbitrarily now. Let's do hot pink. I don't need the fill, so I'll just get rid of it. Let's extrude it 20. That's a weird angle. It looks strange. But I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah. See, it gets a little confusing now, right? When you start to extrude it up like that. Extrude it up. That's okay though. I like it. kind of a fun thing. I'm thinking about making an animation for this. But that'll be a problem for another day. All right, you know what? I've got to say I'm pretty happy with the bit of progress I've made on this appearance anyway. Ooh, still doesn't look great on mobile, unfortunately. But it's something. Gonna have to rethink this. I'm trying it out on my iPhone right now, and it just doesn't work the way I want it to. It looks cool at first, but there's a bunch of Z fighting, and that's not a good solution. Okay, back to the drawing board on that one. You know what? That'll be fine though. It will be fine. Right, so what do I mean by that? I don't know if you could see that on here, but actually, there's it's clipped through there, right? This one is even more clipped, so that's just no good. I don't know if that's the way it'll be on Android devices and whatnot, but it doesn't matter. You can make it better than that. And I think probably to make it better than that, I should make it simpler than that. Might be a good idea. But anyway, that'll be kind of a weekend project after I'm done my actual work, because that'll be important to do. But I actually am happy that I worked on this today instead of other stuff, because I was kind of losing my mind yesterday on things that probably shouldn't have been that hard to do. So there's improvement to be made and all that jazz. But this is coming together, and I'm quite pleased with how cool it really does look. So that's good news. Good news. And that'll be all for me. This whole week has been a much quieter stream. There's been less engagement on my end, and that's okay. If anyone is watching after the fact or anything like that, you don't have to feel obligated to do anything, of course. But I do hope to grow this, and I hope that people will be tuning in and trying to chat with me and all that stuff. So if you're ever seeing this and you want to, you go ahead and chat. I like to talk with people about projects they're working on, programming, all that kind of stuff. I'm just having kind of fun with these creative little weird project ideas. It's just fun. So enough of that. I'm gonna have a good weekend. I hope you have a good weekend too. And that'll be it for me. I'll see you later. I'll be back on Monday. Bye.